Hey, what's going on, man? Coach Tyler here with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, and we got a brand new episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily Show. Today is Tuesday, February 27th. Today's episode is brought to you by the Carolina Patriot Collegiate League. Got a brand new summer softball league coming to the area. It's going to be up in Fayetteville, North Carolina during the months of June and July. Got some incoming freshmen going to get their first taste of college ball, and we've got some other players that are just trying to stay fine-tuned for their upcoming season. So I'm going to leave a link for you down in the description below. That way you can check that out and maybe you can take in a game or two. All right, so today's episode, we're going to get into a little bit of Little League talk. Recently, within the last week, Athletes Unlimited and softball from the Little League has announced that they are going to continue to partner this summer and bring you some of the pro games like they did last year. Now, last year was a huge success. Had a lot of athletes coming in from Athletes Unlimited. They partnered with the Little League and created really a historic event. You had a ton of players there interacting with some of the families, some of the teams, that sort of stuff. And they were also able to play a couple of games. Both of those games were aired on ESPNU. So it was pretty cool to see right around the East Carolina campus, all the professional athletes interacting with some of the younger players. A couple of great games. And, the Little League World Series, as far as softball is concerned, has been around now. This is its 50th year that softball has been involved with the Little League. So they're going to do something huge this year. It's a lot of fun for those athletes to kind of look up to these girls that have sort of made it, if you will. You got professional sports throughout the world, whether it's basketball or football or baseball, whatever. But now there's something legitimate for these softball athletes to kind of set goals to or to strive to become, really. So this year, it's going to be held during August 6th and 7th, a couple of pro games there. There's a lot of people involved with this. You've got Dick's Sporting Goods, you've got Athletes Unlimited, and you've got the Little League World Series. So it was a huge success last year, and Ashley Miller is actually the director of softball development and the Little League World Series tournament itself. And she said, coming off such a huge, historic inaugural event in 2023, they're so grateful that Athletes Unlimited is coming back for a second year to sort of join in on its 50th anniversary. So, it's pretty big if we're already talking about it now in February. Like I said, last year was a huge event, just a lot of buzz around that. So usually, like your first event of something of this caliber kind of draws in the eye of a lot of people, and you got to work out the kinks and that kind of stuff. So this year I'm anticipating something even bigger. The AU Pro Games at the Little League World Series, it gives everyone sort of an opportunity for that next generation of players to sort of, see some good ball, see how teams warm up, see how they take batting practice, sort of, have this up close and personal sort of events to where these young athletes can kind of aspire to be something like that. Because let's face it, probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, the only time we saw these players was if we went to a camp or if they were on some type of tour before they're going to go play some international games. They would do like some tune-up matches and stuff, and they would travel through the country in some towns and, play some games, play some exhibitions, and that's really the opportunity that you got to see these athletes. But now with, Athletes Go Live or Athletes Unlimited, there's a lot of opportunities for you to get out there and watch some of these games. And for the players themselves, these athletes, that's really what they're all about. They're pioneers of the game. They are, great ambassadors, and they remember going, playing the game way back when, playing the game, 20 years ago when they were like 8 years old and saying, hey, you know what, man, I wish I could be a professional athlete or something like that, and looking up to these girls. And now here we are, they're being looked up to and setting great examples and stuff like that. So with the Girls with Game initiative, bringing this thing forward, 50 years of the Little League World Series as far as softball is concerned is awesome. So this year to be in Greenville, North Carolina again, during the week of August 4th through the 11th. And, go ahead and set your calendar now. I know everybody's busy in the summertime, a lot going on, but around this area on the East Coast of North and South Carolina, there's a lot of softball, but there's not too much of the collegiate game and definitely not a whole lot of the professional game. So this is an opportunity for you to get out there and really get a chance to see what Athletes Go Live is. If you've never really paid attention to what Athletes Go Live is, every week they do a draft and they'll take like the top few players, and it's almost like pickup ball where you can pick your players, and the teams are set for the week, and then they play a few games, and at the end of the season, what player racks up the most points becomes the Athletes Unlimited champion. So it's been a huge success over the last couple of years. So for this to come in and be live in an area, combining with Little League softball is really awesome. They've looked at some of the numbers over the last few years, and the participation in softball, Little League softball for that matter, has grown almost 10% compared to what it was in 2018. And we're talking coming back from COVID and all that kind of stuff. You're looking at just a sport that continues to grow. And, if you look at even the collegiate level, there's so much going on in college softball now that it's gained so much popularity. I mean, I've seen numbers where it's comparative to the baseball numbers, but anytime it's on national television, anytime it's on ESPN or anything like that, they seem to draw huge numbers. It's a lot of different reasons. It's a faster paced game. It's a smaller infield, just a smaller dimensions all around. These athletes are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. All the pioneers before them, all the players that came before them have sort of set the tone, and now it's such a great game to watch. I talked to Scotty Kilgore not too long ago, and we were talking about a game that, have you ever seen a game played without errors at the collegiate level? And we both kind of laughed about it, and it's like, I don't think so, because the game is so fast. It's just sort of like baseball, where it's a game of errors. You could play a play almost perfectly, but have like a little bobble here or there, and you still don't get the girl out. Or it could be just a ball off the end of the glove, goes into the outfield. She tries to stretch it to 2, and then all of a sudden now she's out of second instead of holding to 1. It's just a fast-paced game. You never really know what's going to happen. Runs can be scored so quickly. The bats are so hot now that home run balls left and right. I mean, it's every game it seems like there's multiple home runs now. So it's just a lot of excitement. And now you're combining the Little League with this high level of softball. It's just something cool to be a part of. I hope I'm able to have a chance to get up here and check that out. If you guys go and check this stuff out, man, please leave me a comment below if you were at the one in the the last year or whatever. Let me know kind of how it was in your experience with it. Were you able to talk to the players? What did your young ones think about it? Because that's, to me, that's what really matters is trying to get you guys' opinion on that, and tell me is this something that we could see kind of in the future, sort of combining the two events every year from here on out. And I know there's been professional leagues in the past, and they've failed for whatever reasons and stuff, but it seems like this Athletes Unlimited, their partnership with ESPN, is able to continue putting the game on TV, having more and more people put eyes on it. And I think that's what it's all about, growing the game. So from an outside perspective, not having a child that played or not ever playing before, what's going to make that person watch the game? If they don't have any connections with softball, what's going to make them sort of want to? And at the end of the day, that's putting it on TV more and more often. Because, I mean, we are sort of creatures of our environment. And if it's popular on social media, if it's popular on TV, people are going to be drawn to go see that event in like real time, in person. So anyway, all that aside, great event. Kudos to Athletes Unlimited and Little League World Series Softball for continuing to partner and bring this game to everybody. If you guys want to check that out, I'll make sure I leave a link down in the description below so you can kind of check out the previous events and sort of what's in store for this year. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, you can check that out as well. It's youtube.com/FoulPole2FoulPole. Over there, we have sort of some game breakdowns, some game highlights and stuff like that. We've got sort of like 12, 15-minute videos from games where we're just seeing the big moments in the game, seeing the scoring plays and that kind of stuff. You don't have to watch the entire game because it's about an hour and a half long games, whatever. But if you want to watch your favorite team, we definitely got a couple of breakdown videos over there, sort of like games of the week. And we're going to continue to pump out our interviews. We got a couple of episodes that'll be going out this week. So be sure to check those out. If you know someone that's liking the game or maybe they're just getting started in the game and they like podcasts as well, make sure you share it with them. And if you share it with a friend, be sure you tell them you love them.